You've heard about AI helping out your credit report in regards to consumer laws and cleaning it up. We're going to talk about transforming your credit repair and stop leaving money on the table with credit repair with ChatGPT and making sure that we stay adhered to consumer laws. And I also wanted to provide a handout here today as well with 7 simple things to increase your credit score fast. It's important to know as we talk about credit, what makes a credit score up? What does it entail? So we're going to start out with the presentation about how to use ChatGPT to be able to leverage your credit. And we're going to wrap it up with being able to give you that information to be able to have you with your credit report and step by step with AI to have you in the best bet, have you in the best situation. So when you look at AI and the fastest way to clean up your credit in this training, we're going to talk about how to use ChatGPT, consumer laws to create powerful customized dispute letters, and mail them out with a service that I was actually referred to called Postalocity. And we'll end by introducing the AI Legacy Master Calculator as we're on tour, right? Trying to give you all the information to help you stop leaving money on the table. And like I said, that's 7 simple steps on how to use your credit. So in you'll learn today how to pull an accurate credit report beyond just the normal apps. You'll learn how to spot negative term and items on inaccuracies, how to leverage key consumer protection laws like FCRA, how to prompt ChatGPT the right way to draft airtight dispute letters, and how to assemble a complete dispute packet, how to mail them off efficiently online or even at the post office. And like I said, where to get that help with the AI Legacy and the Tax Extraordinaire team as we're building and growing and helping our people kind of see the benefits of AI in their process and being able to understand that it's all about how you talk to my boy Chad GPT from the deep. So I want you, if you're having any credit issues, to drop in the comments a number one, because again, just having that opportunity to know that credit is a way to build and and grow. But you don't have to do any of these processes alone, and that's the reason why we can actually learn how we're going to get it done with the help of my boy AI. So when you look at the opportunity in the growth process, you want to have a mindset of success. You want to treat this like a project. You're combining data like your 3 bureau report, your analysis and inconsistencies and law with the FCRA and execution. So well crafted documents and documented mail with AI as your drafting assistant, you eliminate the guesswork and speed up workflows while keeping everything personalized and compliant. So by the end, you'll have to understand how a law pack dispute letter is very important. You'll know how to package and mail your dispute properly, and you'll have a repeatable process to use month after month until cleanup is complete. So, when you're looking at credit and having a pro tip, it's very important to have like a simple tracker, like either a Google Sheet or a CRM for each disputed account with columns for bureau, account name, identified inaccuracies, any lost citations, and the date sent, response due date. So, what the great thing about this is you want to have all of this documentation at your fingertips when you're going through the actual opportunities. So let's talk about step one, pulling an accurate credit report. So a lot of people use Experian or Credit Karma, but my free score now is a good source to use as you can actually start with a free trial membership. But what this will actually provide you is a clarity and opportunity to get the restoration work and have a full credit monitoring software. Some of like the credit repair people that I refer our credit repair clients out to other people. A lot of people notice that my free score now is a background that they use. So why this matters is, again, when you're looking at credit and building your credit, you need to see all 3 bureaus clearly. So you need a detailed breakdown of each account and status. So, for example, a smart credit report view shows the total negative items, inquiries, collections, public records, overall scores, and accounts. And it's funny because, again, my free score now is linked with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So you're able to get that information and unlock your credit score. Now, it is a free trial, and so you'll have 14 days to go through the free trial. But the great thing is about my free score now, and I'm not an affiliate for this actual company at all, but it gives you an analysis and be able to allow you to see all 3 reports and give you that idea on what to do. Now, if you cannot afford the free score, myfreescorenow.com, You every year you can get a free credit report from all three bureaus every 12 months. So annualcreditreport.com is recommended, and the link is here on the as you can see on the screen. And so that way, annualcreditreport.com is a place where you can get your free credit report. So there is no excuses. Get started with something. So if my free score now isn't the best solution for you, then you have my annual credit report right now. So the goal of this step is to get a complete, accurate view of what's hurting you, what's helping you, which negative items you'll target for your disputes. So your actionable setup is, again, if you decide to go with my free score now, you want to set up an account that as step one, and with setting up an account, you're able to get the information to be able to see all the discrepancies, if any, on your credit report. Step two will be to export and print that out to have a PDF so you can mark it up. Create folders for each bureau and each account you plan to dispute. Then you want to actually note the report dates, look at the timestamps, and then capture screenshots of the dashboard summary. So you have those negative items, inquiries, collections, public records, all for your records. Documentation is so key when you're looking at this, because when you're actually looking at a credit repair and actually recovering your credit, you want to actually lean towards number two, step two, finding those negative items and inaccuracies. So focus on negative accounts such as collections, late payments, charge-offs, repossessions. So the key concept, more than 80% of negative items have some kind of inaccuracy on them. So definition of an inaccuracy, for example, any part of your credit information that is not reported exactly the same across all three bureaus, that's Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Common types of inaccuracies: closed accounts showing as open, on time payments reported as late or vice versa, payment history inconsistent across all bureaus, dates not matching, date open or date last reported, date of last activity, or date of last payment, high credit, credit limit, and balance inconsistent across the bureaus. So, this information is so key for you to actually understand how in building your actual credit, because when you're going through the process, you want to have this clarity and this roadmap to actually take you to the next spot. So, in regards to, for example, you're looking at your credit report, right? You look at the date open, different across different bureaus. Maybe high credit shows different amounts. Late reported date is not the same. The date of last activity is mismatched. The date of last payment might be mismatched. Maybe the payment history has discrepancies. One or two bureaus says 30 days late, and another one shows okay or current. These discrepancies are exactly what you'll need to leverage in your dispute. So you just take the action step of highlighting and marking every inaccuracy on the trade line. Use arrows, circles, highlighters, and then that's ammunition when you're ready to start your dispute letter. So a workflow tip: compare side by side TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Those are the three credit bureaus next to each other, and scan for mismatches or headings, dates, balances, remarks, and pay history strings. This is going to allow you to flag anything that's not identical and keep a discrepancy and be able to give you good work and screenshots for those different pages that you're referencing. So, a quick note: if someone wants to get help in regards to funding and cleaning up their credit, go to the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Blueprint Calculator is investing in a tool to be able to show you how some of this money will stop leaving money on the table. So this actual calculator has a credit pillar where we actually leveraging the opportunity for the credit utilization calculator, the credit score impact simulator, the hard inquiry recovery tool, and the credit repair priority tool. So we're actually prioritizing the fact of taking care of your credit. Why this matters: while this training is going to give you everything you need to self-manage this process and even use ChatGPT to get this done, some people prefer a guided execution or want accelerated access into funding. So this a consultation can be able to be done as well right within the actual app. So being able to be accountable and showing the opportunity, that's how you can actually get things done. Just as a quick note. So back to the lecture at hand, let's jump back into step three: using consumer law to leverage inaccuracies. Once you've identified inaccuracies, you can use as consumer protection laws to challenge them. Two key laws from the Fair Credit Reporting Act is credit reporting agencies must use reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of all information. So after reinvestigation, if information is inaccurate, incomplete, or can't be verified, the Bureau must delete it or correct it and notify the furnisher. So when you're looking at people in regards to time, is something with credit that you can't get around. So if you want to put that in plain English, the credit bureaus are legally responsible for making sure your information is 100% accurate and consistent all across all three bureaus. So if you prove any inaccuracies, that's why documentation is so important. Through your dispute, they must fix the data or remove the actual account. So these two laws work as a one-two punch when you can show specific documented inaccuracies on a trade line. So the whole key thing about understanding these trade lines and having documentation, having a concise cover list. That's why it's good to have everything side by side, clearly demanding and correcting, and within 30 to 45 days and notifying the furnisher. They have to make changes to your credit report when you actually have that documentation. So when we're going to jump into how to actually write these letters with ChatGPT, because what ends up happening if you have these letters and you use AI to be able to remove some of these discrepancies from your report, at the end of the day, everybody wins. So when we're looking at the opportunity for looking at step 4, using ChatGPT to draft a strong dispute letter. I know you've heard this other places, but I will repeat. Using AI to turn your findings and using the law as well into a custom letter, it's all about how you actually talk to ChatGPT. So, for example, if you just go and say, "Hey, ChatGPT, write a letter to remove a collection," God, that's too vague. You got to be clear and take a screenshot of the screen and share this with someone else that may need this information. But it's all about how you prompt. Now, when you actually looking at, for example, feeding the laws, you're using the account details, the results you're requesting, and the timeline. You need all of that information fed into ChatGPT to give you an accurate letter. So I wanted to go ahead and give you an example and take a screenshot here of the prompt, which you can do as well, like in regards to saving this or taking a screenshot with your phone. But you copy and paste this example into Chat GPT. And so the actual example that we're going to use, we're going to start a new chat in Chat GPT, and you can literally paste in Chat GPT the picture. And please provide and output of what this says. Now, before you do anything, you literally want to take that picture and have it clearly tell you what the image says so you can apply that situation to your credit report. As you can see, ChatGPT will take the picture and literally tell you exactly what the image says. Example prompt structure to tell ChatGPT you have a late payment with several inaccuracies. You want to challenge it using 15 USC and 15 USC 1681. Information must be 100% accurate across all three bureaus. If not, it must be corrected or removed by law. Desired outcome, you want the account removed. Add pressure. If not fulfilled within 30 to 45 days, you'll move forward with litigation and provide the account name. If it was an American Express, for example, account number, and giving all that information. So then, what ChatGPT asks you, literally, if you want to actually provide a ready to copy dispute prompt, you can actually have that information or you can have a letter written right away. So write a sample letter using this prompt structure. And for this example, I'm just going to make it simple and easy using American Express. So, and then ChatGPT will write the letter exactly a clear, powerful dispute letter using the prompt structure exactly the way it is. So it gives you the whole format. You literally can take this information, copy it, and paste it into a document and send it over to dispute the actual information. So as it's giving you the layout, it's giving you exactly what's supposed to be said. It's giving you the legal notice. It's giving you the verification request. It's giving all the information that's needed right at your fingertips to be able to correct and get all the information that you need in order to get your file disputed. So what ChatGPT will produce is a thorough dispute letter that cites the correct laws, references the specific amount, mentions the inaccuracies, clearly states your demand, and includes the 30 to 45-day timeline and states the intent to pursue damages if not corrected. So after ChatGPT generates the letter, copy the full text, paste it into a Google Doc, and clean up any formatting and leave placeholders for your name and address and be able to enter that information. So my next step will literally be to copy this information that ChatGPT provided, put it into a Google Doc, and I will go over, have a new Google Doc, create one real quick, and paste this information into the document. Okay, so I have a fresh Google Doc. I will paste over what ChatGPT provided, and I would go and edit that information and put in my name, my address, city, state, zip, email address, date, to leave that information there. I would delete this here. So you would do each one differently, as you can see separately. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So and then have the actual dispute letter. So you go through the letter, make the adjustments where needed, but that's what the how you actually leverage AI to utilize and complete this information. So the great thing is about having AI is you don't have to do all of this information alone anymore. You can utilize ChatGPT to give you the letter and then give you the output that you're looking for. So that way you can move to the next steps of being able to, go through your next steps. So as you can see, ChatGPT is an effective way to cite the different examples, give you a formatting checklist, and being able to include all the information needed for your actual letters. 30 to 45 days, that's the legal time frame that any company has in regards to receipt of the document in order to make changes. So your time is something you can't get around. So your next step, step 5, will be to assemble your dispute packet. Each package you send to the credit bureau should include the dispute letter, and I just showed you how you would do the dispute letter and making edits based on your situation. Number 2, proof of identity, either your driver's license, a copy of your state ID, or a copy of your passport. Proof of address, one of the utility bills. It could be a phone bill, gas or electric or internet bill, a bank statement, or any other official document that shows your name and current address. And highlighted copy of the account page. So you want to go through those discrepancies and highlight them, circle it, and put a copy exactly where the inaccuracies are, and provide that in the document that you're sending over to the bureau. So the next thing, why these documents matter without the ID, and I've dealt with this a lot, sending over different types of documents. You without all these highlighted trade lines, everything not laid out, you make it harder for them to deny the dispute. So adding a simple cover page and listing all the information so that they can easily find it, it's like a table of contents. So you're making it real simple and easy for everything to be laid out so you can export it to a single PDF or doing the online mailing service that we'll go through here second in a second. Step 6 is mailing the letters. So you can mail the letters by going to the post office. And typically that's the way that I've done that with my clients. But a new way is in regards to Postalocity. So being able to set up an account with this Postalocity is making mail simple and easy. You can sign up for free, and you probably want to, you can pay as you go, but it was suggested to do maybe one or up to about $5 or what have you, setting the account up to be able to give you the information needed to to mail them with Postalocity. So Postalocity is the online mailing system, and like I said, it's another way that you can upload your PDF dispute letters at the recipient addresses if it's TransUnion or Experian or Equifax, and you can actually generate digital proof with Postalocity. So it shows your letter, shows the pages with your dispute, reviews everything, and you can pay and approve for mailing right online. New way, welcome to 2025. So that's the way to understand how Postalocity is a way. If you can't get to the post office, there's still no excuses in 2025 or beyond in regards to credit repair. So I know, right? That you can use the online way to do it, and you can handle entire credit disputes right from your laptop. So you don't have to worry about going to the post office or certified mail. That's the old way. The new way is utilizing services like a Postalocity that can mark and document and set reminders right within the actual program to reference the mailing proof. That way you don't forget to actually go back and refer back to your situation. You're doing your own verification in your own time frame. So Postalocity, and I'll make sure it's up here on the screen. So that way you can actually use this in your business to be able to help you with credit repair. So the next part that we're going to actually go through here quickly is seeming that okay, we have the post office and understanding everything that we went through. We talked about step 1, pulling an accurate 3 bureau report. As for example, we went through My Free Score Now, and we also talked about annualcreditreportfree.com. We also talked about identifying step 2 of identifying negative items and inaccuracies across all 3 bureaus. Step 3, using consumer laws and to back up your dispute. Step 4, using ChatGPT to generate a custom law backed dispute letter. Step 5, building a complete dispute packet, letter, ID, proof of address, highlighted, and a trade line. Then step 6, mailing it efficiently with something like a Postalocity and tracking responses. So for people who don't want to do this alone, going to the Attach Extraordinary AI Legacy Master Calculator, this actual blueprint master calculator will help you with in restoring your credit. We help in regards to having step-by-step and workflows in order to have all of that information done right at your fingertips. So, as I showed you earlier with the AI Legacy Blueprint Calculator, there's a credit pillar where it can help you build your credit financial credibility. So, again, before you even go and do the letters, you may want to understand your credit utilization, knowing and understanding what that means and how it impacts your credit score. And also, in regards to these hard inquiries, credit score impact simulator, as well as the credit repair priority tool. Now, I promise to provide you the seven simple steps. This is a document that I used to provide to our clients, and we actually have it as a free PDF now, and how to actually increase your score fast, because credit repair isn't magic. It's definitely not rocket science. It's a process to it. So if you don't know what a credit report is, just having that clarity in regards to a credit report being that consumer financial report card, and it details your credit history and the why behind your mortgages, your banks, loans, and insurance information, all landlords and employers. And if you're watching this live or want the replay, just drop 7 simple things in the comments. That's too much. Just drop credit in the comments, and I can actually send you a copy of this PDF. It goes over what is credit scoring, understanding that the credit scoring is a system creditors use to help determine whether to give you credit and how much to charge for it. When you apply for credit, the credit lenders actually look at those 3 big bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and gives you an instance whether it makes sense for you actually to go and get credit with them. So the final outcome for credit score ranges from 300 is your low score, 850 being a high score. But the score should be over 700. That's in the good range. And it goes through the documents on what a low score really costs you. So we talk a little about what is if you had a house that was $200,000 and the credit score of John having a 730 versus Jane being a 550, how much are you leaving on the table? Over $93,000 is the difference between the two in regards to this credit situation for the same home, just because of credit. That's why it's so important to take credit in account when you're looking at your financial situation. So the things that make up your credit score, and I wanted to make sure I showed this information as well, is because, again, we have the calculator, but having these documents allows you to understand how credit works. So your payment history is 35%. The capacity and amount owed is 30%. Length of credit is 15%. New credit is 10%. Types of credit used is 10%. This is how what makes up your whole credit score. So in other words, you can't just go and just say, okay, I have all my payments done, but that's only a 35% of your payments if you're making those on time. What you're actually paying, how much you owed, how long your actual credit is gone for. These are all the different things. Is how the behavior of your credit report is evaluated. So people say, do I have a good score or a bad score? When your credit score is ranged between 300 to 499, that's considered very bad. 500 to 579 is bad. Poor is between 580 and 619. Fair is 620 to 679. Good is 680 to 699. Very good is 700 to 799, and excellent is 800 plus. I know my business partner has like an 803, so she's excellent. The tax extraordinaire, Enika Gaines. So, so perfect credit means it's roughly 1% of the population has perfect credit. So perfect credit would mean a FICO score of 850 on the scale of 300 to 850. But people that have these great credit scores, they have these traits in common: between 4 to 6 revolving accounts, at least one installment trade line, several accounts around 20 years old, around 30 years of credit use, and no late payments, very few credit inquiries, and no derogatory notation. So now that you know that it's a simple pattern in a process, that's how you understand fixing the typos and the importance of actually having this information. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll leave this document in the comments for those that comment credit. You'll be able to have it right in the actual the documentation. So the 7 ways to boost your credit score in 7 easy steps. Number one, correcting all errors on your credit report. We just talked about the letters with ChatGPT. Number two, being sure that proper credit lines are posted on the credit reports. Number three is making sure that you have removed all negative marks on the credit report and negotiating with the credit lender to remove them. Again, bonus pro tip, this takes time. You can't get around it. So you just do the work. Step number four, paying all credit cards and revolving credit down to below 30% of the available credit line. Number five is making sure that you don't close your old credit card accounts. Number six, avoid applying for new credit. And number seven, maintaining at least 3 revolving credit lines and one active installment loan. So when you jump back over and look at the calculator, and I've given you the 7 different steps, that kind of gives you a basis on which calculator will I use, how can I actually use it, and how I can actually grow my credit report having some type of basis. So you actually input your own credit situation in each of the actual scenarios to be able to help you where you're trying to go in regards to your credit plan. So again, you get a priority, but each person's situation is different. And that's why this calculator is so amazing because it allows you to input after understanding how credit works with the document I just went through. You're able to understand which pillar would be most important for me to simulate how I need to get my situation changed. So that was a lot, I know. But if you actually got benefit from this information here provided here today in this live in regards to the hidden money tour, transforming your credit repair and owner's money, please don't hesitate to drop in the comments. And I also want to provide the information on getting started with the calculator that's going to help you in regards to growing your brand. So I went ahead and put that link down in the comments. Go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity of knowing that credit is your financial blueprint. It's a part of the AI legacy factors because of the simple fact you're able to know and grow where you are, where you're trying to go, and where you've been in the past. Credit takes time, and being able to leave money on the table, with the example I showed you, over $93,000 just because of a difference in score, that makes you do the work. That makes you see how you can actually make advantages in certain situations. But it all starts with education. Education is the one thing that no one can take from you. And so hopefully you got some education here today in this live virtual conversation with Adrian Mays. What up, though? Your AI wealth strategist. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though? So let me tell you what's coming up next. Tomorrow live, we have Dr. William Leverman that will be back on live talking about his book, and we're talking about the new tour that we're going to have in regards to the the AI hidden money tour. So with what's coming up next, credit being a part of the whole financial plan with the AI master calculator, taxes made simple with AI. After talking to my business partner, Enika Gaines, the tax extraordinaire, we realized, especially in the month of December 2025, wrapping it up, so many new things that are going on in regards to credit and taxes and mortgages and understanding how taxes work, so many different bills. So taxes made simple with AI. We're changing up the game in regards to allowing people to understand growing and building with taxes. So if you have questions, live at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your girl Adrian Mays, I'll be here to be able to help you in regards to what makes sense with the AI Legacy Master Calculator, as well as showing those hidden leaks to stop leaving money on the table for 2025. Too much getting going on. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video and was able to get some value in regards to your credit situation. Adrian Mays, your AI cash story captain. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though? I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go. Deuces.